This episode is brought to you by Nespresso. Gift magical mornings with Nespresso Virtuo Pop. Compact and stylish, Virtuo Pop is made to meet every morning coffee craving. From espresso to coffee, hot or iced, at the click of a button. And celebrate the season with Nespresso's limited edition coffee flavors. Sweet almond and hibiscus, cinnamon and candied tamarind, and festive double espresso. Magic in the making. Shop the holiday gift collection exclusively at Nespresso.com.
Game's over. Time to check my fantasy scores.
You using a VPN?
Why?
Because using public Wi-Fi without a VPN is like leaving your wallet open on the table.
Oh. Time to up my defense.
McAfee Secure VPN keeps your personal information private and is included in all McAfee plans starting at just $39.99 for your first year. Sign up at McAfee.com/online protection.
This episode is presented by State Farm. Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the protection of an offensive guard on the football field, but getting an elementary school crossing guard. Sure, they're both guards, but you can only trust one to keep your quarterback safe when the game is on the line. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hello everyone, it's Gav, and before we begin, I want to let you know that this episode of How Are the Podcast is sponsored by LiveScoreBet, a proud principal partner of Sunderland AFC. And if you're looking to get started, LiveScoreBet have got a cracking welcome offer for new customers. All you have to do is bet £10 on sports and you get £30 in free bets. It's as simple as that. So, if you're ready to join the action, make sure you're doing it with LiveScoreBet, the home of total betting. This offer is available to new members only, and you need to put £10 or more on a bet on sports within 14 days of opening your account. Free bets are valid for 7 days, £20 to use on Sportsbook, £10 on Bet Builder. T's and C's and deposit exclusions apply. Bet responsibly, over 18s only. Hello everyone and welcome to How Are the Podcast, sponsored by LiveScoreBet. It's Gav. You join us from the pub straight after the game. Sunderland won, Leeds United won, and it wasn't a very nice game of football to watch. We're here to chat about it. At least we didn't get beat, that's a positive. First half from Sunderland was decent. Sat there at half-time having a pint with the lads, thought, yeah, that was all right, we'll take that. Leeds had a couple of moments, but we were overall pretty decent. Second half, Leeds come flying at the blocks. I'm walking along the concourse saying to me, mate, we want to get back to seat quick here because we always score after half time and then we'll get back to seat quick. And it's Leeds who get the goal. I kind of missed part of the goal, but the fellow in front of me had Sky Sports open on his phone and it said goal of the season contender. Haven't seen it back yet, but let's wait and see. Rest of the half, some were decent in patches, but never really got going. Leeds dominated us physically, mentally at times. I thought we had to really dig in to try not to concede another goal. And then as soon as they take Calvert-Lewin off, it actually went back in our favour for 5 or 10 minutes and probably was a justified draw, I would say. Joined first off by Johnny. Hello, mate. You've been drinking a lot over Christmas, so you haven't even got a pint in front of you, which is I'm a bit depressed for you because you need a pint at least. Whether we want to, we'll let you get one after this. You all right, mate?
Aye, not too bad. Yeah, this is the wrong game to be on the 1 pint brigade, like the pre-match pint, because I could do with a few after sitting and watching that, like in the freezing cold. It was a drab, might be being quite generous to describe that game of football.
Yeah. Also with us is Mike Dunn. Hello, mate.
All right, Gav. Yeah, no, I've had more than Johnny, in fairness, but no, I'll take the draw. I think we said last night a draw wasn't a bad result in the context of everything. We'll get into the performance, but to be fair, we'll take the point given how everything went. I know we'll go through it now anyway.
How do you clear getting over here after Christmas with the missus and family anyways? Like,
he's doing her own thing, so I'm happy enough. You might not see me to Liverpool though in February, so this is my chance. I took it well.
Yeah. And also with us is Sam as always. How you doing, mate?
I'm good. It wasn't very Christmassy, that, like, was it? Wasn't very Christmassy.
Well, it was a bit sad. I walked in here and you were stood on your own with 2 pints. I thought, oh, fuck, man.
And he actually had to buy himself as well. I didn't even use
And then
it.
he had to give one away tonight.
And I still have to wear this shirt next game because we still didn't get beat, did we?
Well,
I've got loads of new gear for Christmas and I still have to wear this.
Well, that's a good starting point, to be honest. The fact we're unbeaten, I can't even talk properly. because there were moments there where we probably could have conceded, I think, a second goal. But I'm not disappointed with the draw, actually. And when I was talking to my mates before the game, I was saying I would take a point, because having done the opposition podcast with Connor this week, where he talked about Leeds, it just sounded like it was a bad time to play Leeds, probably. And they're not a good team; they're a decent team. But when a team's in decent form and they've got a striker in decent form, they're always dangerous. And I thought it just always felt like, whilst they had their moments where they were passing it around out wide, knocking it 1-2s and stuff, and they were pretty quick with the ball, and I thought, oh, they look all right. But it was actually when they were getting it in wide and then crossing to Calvert-Lewin where I thought, oh, I hate to say it, because I actually wrote him off as a complete donkey, but I think he looked really good. He's probably the best centre forward I've seen us play against.
He made Nordi Mukhele look average.
He did.
Actually worse than average today. I don't think he won a header against him.
No. It was a perfect cocktail, that and the Ballard thing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like...
Yeah. But we didn't win any aerial, we lost every single aerial cross that went in, ball that went into the box both ways. We struggled completely with their presence. I know Leeds literally went out and bought every 6'3" player they could in the summer, but you could actually see it today. They were very, very strong in the air.
Well, that's it. They've not just got the height; they know how to use it and all. Like, they get the ball in the right areas. Like you say, Calvert-Lewin, everything went to him. He was a focal point. He outperformed Brobby, who was basically trying to fulfill the same role for Sunderland. And I think, Brobby was all right.
Yeah, he played all right.
We'll get onto his chances, obviously, but Calvert-Lewin, that was like a proper classic target man performance there, where he led the line, he bullied our defenders, and then he gets his goal in the end. Again, we'll get onto it, but I would say that's possibly more on Dennis Cirkin.
I want to get to that point with Dennis to go.
Well, we'll talk about Cirkin, because
he actually started well, didn't he?
First half, I thought, oh, he's linked up really well with Adingra. He's getting down the outside really well. It was like Jekyll and Hyde first and second half, and maybe that's because he's rusty. Like, you do have to remember that's his first senior start for us since last season.
He hasn't kicked the ball since Wembley, has he?
He has, but he's only done it for the kids team, hasn't he? So it's
not in front of me, he hasn't.
I think just on the goal there, obviously the first half he was really good, especially going forward, but he also won he actually did win a couple of headers going into our box, but the goal itself, I don't know if it was overzealous or something, he was so enthusiastic. He tried to press every single Leeds defender coming out with the possession and left a huge, massive gap on his side, and that's where the goal came from. I don't know who crossed it into the box, but I saw Xhaka trying to trot across.
Good goal, though.
But there was oceans of space for him to get into.
If we scored, that would have been like...
But if your left back was 20 yards, he was actually ahead of our centre forward for the goal. It was madness.
Half turning round.
But Robbie was actually playing nearly in the 10 position, and Cirkin was the highest man forward for us. And it was just one ball across into the corner where Cirkin should be, and the cross went in, Calvert-Lewin scored. Great goal, but where was our left back for that? In fairness.
And it all falls like dominoes from there, because Cirkin sprints absolutely miles out of position. So then the midfield need to go over and cover, which they don't. So then there's
Xhaka tries to, but he's trying to kind of cover two places.
Xhaka goes when the ball goes, which, fair enough. But I think if Sadiqi's on that pitch, maybe he gets across and helps cover. But either way, Jacques is then effectively the left back trying to defend the cross. And he then, and I'll be honest, I think this was Jacques' poorest game for us. And to me, I think he should have put a foot in. He steps off. And then, like you have said, it is a good goal. It's a good ball. Threads it through nicely, and then Calvert-Lewin can't miss. But we totally were the architects of our own demise there. From Cirkin, and then it all just spirals.
I think Cirkin probably was because he had a really good first half. He was probably enthusiastic, overzealous, and he was trying really hard. And it actually came back to bite on the arse, because he left oceans of space for them to come into.
Done good analysis there. How has he still got his wrist strapped up?
I said that to my mate at half time. I was like, that wrist surely is cleared up by now.
What's he done to his hand? Just chop it off. Just get rid.
Trapped it in the lift of an Arctic lorry, I think.
Yeah. I actually said that to my mate at half time. I was like, that wrist is definitely cleared by now. Why is he still wearing it?
Halfway through, wise men see I stopped him with me. Daddy's still got his wrist knackered.
Mate, I did exactly the same thing. We were like,
that's why we drew.
Yeah, he's just had it on that much now. It's part of him. He can't take it off. It's superstition.
Just told him to go forward, and he tried to go back.
That's like the mask.
He was going on 8 positions. Fucking hand was gone like
It's like the wrong trousers, isn't it? Wilson Gromit.
If this doesn't tell you how poor quality that game was that we're talking about, the fucking moment.
But to be fair, I just want to say he actually didn't play badly. I would be confident enough using him going forward. Obviously, Ronaldo.
Just rusty.
Please come back whenever Mozambique get knocked out. But
Please score own goals from home.
But no,
I opened Twitter before and I saw a video of Ronaldo dancing. Did they win or not?
Yeah, 3-1. I think they won, didn't they?
Oh man, don't stay in.
And Dong's team, who's that?
Gabon,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they're not as bad as and before. Oh God, don't. Ronaldo, please come back. Anyway, we kind of skipped straight to their goal there. What about our goal though? It was all right, wasn't it?
Oh, what a finish!
Yeah.
Absolutely sublime finish from Adingra.
Before that though.
Well,
considering now, like, he wasn't great. That pass is everything.
Shagger.
Everything why we signed him.
Yeah.
Edge of the box, people running out here, just slip that ball
the
through. Wow.
awareness as well, to like just keep his head and spot Adingra through the crowd, and then to be able to execute it. And when he makes the pass, you look, the ball is actually off the floor.
Yeah.
So it's slightly bouncing, and he just controls it so nicely.
Massive moment for Adingra too, though, because he's obviously everyone says he's had a massive slow start to his career with Sunderland, but like, he actually, I think, overall game today, I think he showed glimpses of real quality, like, and moments. I actually don't think we got the ball out to him enough to get into positions to cross the ball in.
And that was Ahmad. He's got Ahmad on his phone, so just give him a little text, please.
Yeah, well, that was annoying us in the second half because we kind of stopped playing through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everything was going down that right hand side, and I was just like, every time we got the ball to Adingra, he looked really dangerous. And that's how we got the best out of Serkin, because Serkin was overlapping, or Serkin would come inside. He would pull a defender away to allow Adingra the room to do his thing, and we maybe didn't do enough of that. And actually, when we started making changes and Mundell came on from, I was like, I don't agree with that. I would have kept him on. I actually thought if anyone was going to come off, it would be Lefay.
Just talking about the Adingra, obviously the opposite side was the issue, though. I think Rig, we were speaking before we came on. Rig was playing like a central midfielder, like he didn't know how to play in the wing position. He was coming in so narrow, and he was really struggling with that, and it was actually putting Hume under pressure.
Yep.
Everyone was like, I got a few texts. My dad, he was giving out about Hume. He was saying he was really poor today. But I actually think a lot of the problem was that Rig was coming in so narrow that Hume was coming up against a fullback and a winger every single time, and they were overlapping, and it was tough for Hume to keep up.
It didn't make too much sense like today. I love Labrie and I love Chris Rig and I love Hume, but what I saw didn't make sense. I don't understand Rig at right wing, because all you're doing is going, right, we're going to go down the left, which first off, weirdly it worked, but usually you need an outlet on both sides.
I will say this though.
I thought Rig played well.
Yeah, I'll say this to Rig's credit. I think he created probably one of the best opportunities of the game for Broby. You know what I mean? So he did actually do all right, but I agree, he doesn't look right there. Kind of.
He doesn't have the pace for it, though. That's like the huge thing. Like, I mean, you're trying to get the ball out to him. He's not going to create that sort of overlap or come in with the full back. It's not going to work. He's always going to try to come inside and play it in. Like, it narrows the pitch completely.
Yeah, and then, so like you just said there, and like Sam said before, it basically just telegraphs to Leeds, by the way, shut down the left-hand side and you've stopped us, which is, I think that's as much the reason why Adingra didn't get a sniff in the second half as us being bad. Is I think Leeds, because you could see how many times, right, even when we had goal kicks or free kicks in our own box, they'd have men up on Serkin, up on Adingra, up on, whoever's on the left-hand side. But Mukiele and Hume had, the freedom of the right-hand side of the pitch, because they were like, yeah, play the ball down the right, lads. We don't care. You're not going to hurt us. And everyone was on our left-hand side. And then that way, they basically funneled us down the right, and then Rig runs into a brick wall because he can't beat people with pace.
But even then, weirdly, I thought, like, Reggie's watching it and he's going to... But then we'll put Lefay there, which was effectively the same thing.
And the quality of the deliveries into the box from everyone was so poor today. How many times it either didn't beat the first man, or it was bouncing before it gets to the players in the box? Like, you can't be getting away with that.
We do actually have an issue with our attacking play. Like, I think a couple weeks ago we were talking about this, and I said, no, we're actually scoring a lot of goals at home, but it's actually completely dried up since I said that. But it's obviously it's got to do with the fact we've lost a few lads for the AFCON, but we are not creating enough chances, and we're relying on moments. I think a lot of the time, like today was a huge moment where Xhaka played a lovely ball into Adingra to score. Other than that, we didn't create enough. Like, it was a lot of headers and corners.
To be fair, do you know who we were missing today? That big German centre forward who played the last home game. Quality him, mind. Quality him.
Why did we drop him? Is he injured or something? Like,
you know what was really funny?
He's got the AFCON.
That was really funny that they put the scoreboard up for injury time. They went, there'll be 3 minutes of added time. I just heard a voice at the back of the southwest corner. Get Voltamardi on.
Here's my 30-second story with Guinness. As soon as my sister and I get home for the holidays, we don't even unpack. we head straight to our pub. The bartender already knows our order, Guinness and fries. We laugh all night, catch up with old friends, and walk home with faces sore from smiling. It's one of my favorite nights of the year. That was my 30-second story with Guinness.
Guinness Draft Stout. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
This episode is brought to you by LinkedIn. Healthcare professionals can lead their careers with LinkedIn. Discover jobs by specialty, preferred shifts, and even desired salary. From mental health therapists to radiology technicians, it's now faster and easier for healthcare professionals to find the right fit. Learn more at linkedin.com/healthcare. Side effects may include faster job placement, improved work-life balance, and increased career satisfaction.
Oh, Hilton stay, oh, Hilton stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, oh, Hilton stay. A holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Look, we're stretched. I think we've got to caveat all this. Like, we're talking about Chris Rigg, we're talking about this player. We're stretched. I actually said before the game, Mayenda should have started. I thought
he was good when he came on.
He was lively.
And he had moments.
I didn't get where he came on though. Like,
we went 4-4-2. Yeah.
When you go on the free right wing, and then Mayenda was dropping in as well.
I think a lot of that was to do with coping with them because they were overwhelming us down that right hand side in particular, and Hume was on a yellow card, and I think it was just put Enzo there in front of Hume to help him.
Mine was positive though. He was getting the ball, and his first thought was go for it, which I liked.
There was a moment where, like, we were talking about this coming out of the ground, and one of my mates was saying, "Well, I quite like that. The fact that he just gets the ball and he's relentless and he will try and find a way through." I said, "I do like it, but a more experienced player in them situations." There was one opportunity where Hume was in an acre of space out wide, and he turned to run towards goal, which, you know, I can't fault Mayenda because we're looking for a bit of inspiration in that moment. We just need somebody to try and create something, do something, and he's somebody who can create something out of nothing. But I said on the preview, Johnny, with you and Andrew, I was saying I would start Mayenda today, and I've got a feeling that if he's not going to start against Leeds at home, when is he going to start? Really,
I actually think after that performance, I won't be surprised if he comes in against City because he's that but he's kind of that player that actually could do something against City like that you wouldn't be expecting, and like you're going to need an outlet, someone who can sort of we're going to be defending for most of the game. You need someone who's going to
carry it,
carry the ball.
It's like a Paddy Roberts type job at times, doesn't he? Where he can just weirdly go 25-30 yards up the pitch and beat someone, and he looks clumsy while he's doing it, which is unlike Roberts.
But he doesn't know what he's doing, which actually the defenders don't know what he's doing, and it works so well.
Completely unpredictable. But there was that one run that he made where he picked up the ball centrally and he just drove at them, got in the box, cut back and had a shot. And then obviously, it gets blocked by a defender a couple of yards away. But that's what Mayenda gives you, I think.
We do miss that a bit. But
because we were overplaying so many times. Trying silly passes like outside of the boot flicks and that, we weren't getting through. But then Mayenda, if he just carries the ball past people, creates carnage, get a shot, get a foul, get a penalty, doesn't matter.
I think the issue, like, you obviously play Broby up top and he brings a lot to the game and he holds the ball up well. But when you bring the ball into him, we don't have enough coming around him to actually create the chances. So he's quite isolated at times. He's really good at his job.
The ref didn't help him today.
We need to talk about the referee because that was one of the worst refereeing performances I've ever witnessed with my own two eyes.
It seems to say every week.
The linesman on our side on the east stand gave one decision in the whole game. Everything else he waited for the referee to go for. So the linos were both spineless, absolutely rubbish. The referee got everything wrong. The one in the first half where Leeds had a shot, Mukiele, it takes the biggest deflection you've ever seen off his arse, like curves around the post, and the referee gives a goal kick.
I've also never heard of him. Like,
who was it?
Tim something. Tim Short arse, I think. Literally, his name was right out and people were going, who?
You got the programme now.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know where
Someone got a torch.
Yeah. Keep going. Keep talking.
Yeah, we're gonna find the referee.
Johnny, do a dance.
Harrington. So T. Harrington.
T. Harrington. Okay, whoever that guy is shit.
Not a golfer.
Just an only referee performance. I think.
He was really poor. Broby, by the way, I just want to mention him. I actually thought he fed off scraps for a lot of that game and did very, very well.
He was good, but it's the people around him that I'm talking about. We need.
But Johnny mentioned at the top the chances that he missed. I haven't seen them back, so I don't really want to judge too early. First one, felt like he was trying to lift it and just didn't get a good connection on it. Maybe, I don't know.
Just got to put it. The header's the way.
But the second one, it's unbelievable play by. I think actually Riggs started the move. Riggs started. I think it was Riggs started the move again. I might be proven wrong. And then it goes out to Adingra, and the defender is expecting Adingra to cut inside because that's all he had done at that point. And he goes down the outside and floats this lovely ball over with the left foot. And it's on a plate, an absolute plate. And it's a free header. And I mean, my main exclamation was going absolutely mental. Like saying, how the fuck have you missed that? It was that cut and dry, I think.
We were having a pint, so we saw all the replays, and it was just get over the ball. Like proper number 9, you see that coming out, that's a goal. That is a goal.
Yeah.
Do you think he's taller that goes in? I'm not being funny.
No,
like,
seriously.
you know what I mean? Like, I think actually, because he hit it literally, patted off his head, and it just bounces off the crossbar. If he's a bit taller, he can cushion that better down. Like,
I actually thought the first one was worse. I thought the first chance was he should have scored that one more than the header, because I think like the header is on the move. He still gets really flush contact on it, and then it hits the bar. Whenever you hit the woodwork, you're a maximum of 2 or 3 inches away from it having been a goal. Whereas the first one, it doesn't even reach the goal line.
You may be right, because the first one, all the attention is taken away by everyone wanting a penalty.
Yeah.
So you might never. It wasn't, but you're probably right, because everyone's thinking, oh, it is a penalty, isn't it? Put the ball in the net.
But it's almost a carbon copy in some ways of the one Isidore had against Man City, where he just sticks a foot through it and Donnarumma makes a good save. If Broby just does that, he probably scores.
Do you think we need to go 2 up top though? Like, are we not getting enough out of Broby because he's doing so much hard work, but there's no one there? Like, you're thinking, you're talking Quinn Phillips sort of thing. If you Broby something like that, you need Easter up top aside on that. It's
the wingers that are going to run in behind him,
but they're not doing. Our wingers aren't doing it.
That's why I was saying before I would have started my ender on the right, because you can get close to him and you can see what that would be like. Like someone like Broby, he's so good at he buys you 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds, and then all of a sudden you're 10 yards up the pitch. My ender running past him is scary in that situation. And we've not seen it. Have they even been on the pitch together, them two? Maybe
too isolated, isn't he? He's way too isolated at the moment, because he's actually he's doing everything he can as the target man for our team, but he's not getting the wingers close enough to him to make something happen. It's just he's completely isolated at the time. I think you need to go 2 up top. Get Easter up there, or someone who can go off.
Yeah, and the one time it almost worked was when, again, the referee cocked it up and gave a free kick for no reason. But there was one where the ball goes up to Broby and Lafay is about 4 yards away from him. So Broby's first touch is a layoff to Lafay, and then the referee blows a whistle for no reason. But if he hadn't, Lafay basically is in. He's got the freedom of the entire Leeds half to get into. And that's what you need. When you've got somebody who's 4 or 5 yards off him, he can win the ball, he can flick it on, he can lay it off. But then there were so many times, even when there was, when he was backing into the defender and it's clearly Broby's ball, and the nearest Sunderland player is 35 yards away. What is he going to do?
That's a January thing then, because I'm even thinking about AFCON, and if you've got Broby who is going to back in and hold it up, I'm even thinking Traore and Talby, they're not really going to run in behind. Talby might. But is that something we need to address, or is that something
maybe
or formation? I think it could just be the way we set up. Sometimes when we attack, it actually looks like a 5-4-1, or it looks like a 4-5-1. It always looks like the striker is really isolated. So how are we going to work it that you get your wingers, if it's not a second striker, closer to your centre forward?
I just don't know if any of the wingers we have, their instinct is to go.
But I like that Libris went with 2 up top, like Mienda and Easter. I like that because it was.
Yeah.
It actually, even when we didn't have the ball, Broby was sort of defending on his own, but Leeds were getting it too easy, and that's why they were getting so much possession in the start of the second half. But if you had 2 lads up there, obviously it's put more pressure on the defenders. So it's kind of twofold. You need them for attacking and defending. I think we need to try something different here, because it's not really working. We're not creating enough chances.
We do struggle against the 3 at the back, mind, because there's always, when we're pressed, there's always one of them. We've struggled for a long time against the 3 at the back.
But it's not just the attack though, right? Obviously that's where it's easiest to see, but it's symptomatic of the whole setup of the whole team today. The amount of
Trossard. Trying to say bye to everyone, mate. It'll be gone soon.
I'll give it to Johnny and then I'll be back. You're right.
Yeah. Sam's going for a wee, so if he doesn't come back, then you know why.
But no, the whole team, there were times where we had the we had the ball as a goal kick, right? And the way we were set up, you had the defenders on the 18-yard line and then the forwards on the halfway line and an ocean of space in between where there was about 6 Leeds players, covering the different angles and that. And you think, of course, Certain struggling to get passes off. Of course, Mukeli struggling to play the ball around corners because his nearest passing option, again, is 25, 30 yards away and he's double marked. So I think, look, part of that obviously is it's AFCON and it's the changes and it's Ballard being out and like people being out of position. None of that helps. But I think eventually, after a point, it stops being circumstances and we have to do something about it ourselves, no matter what the reasons are. And we've got to start getting people closer together, letting them play those, 1-2s, flick-ons round the corner and stuff. Because you can't do that if you haven't got people up in support.
Yeah, like I think like our attacking play is, as I said earlier, it's a lot of moments, it's a lot of situations. We're not having consistent attacks. Which, like, look, I said before, it's a trade-off because we're really solid at the back. So if your team coming up from the championship, obviously you want to be solid at the back. And we're going into January, 28 points. We're close enough to safety that we can work on things now going into the next 5 months, which is okay. So I won't be too worried about it, but it's definitely something to work on. I'm sure if we're saying on the podcast, I'm sure the manager knows that like himself. So I'm not too concerned about it.
And if he doesn't, he'll know it when he listens to us.
Of course, we've already established, he listens to us quite a lot, Yeah.
Just another note, I want to say Gertruda today was unbelievable before.
I think that's a good place to kind of round off, is to give the man the match. Would you say it was him? I would agree.
I think he was unbelievable. I think he overshadowed Xhaka. Like, you always look, I think we all fans have since the start of the season looked at Xhaka as being the man to make things happen. Gertrude was the man making everything happen today in the second half. He controlled proceedings. He got on top of Ampadu as well, who actually had a good game for Leeds as well, to fairness to him. But I thought he was really good, and you can see, like, I'd be keeping him for next season. Like, if we have him alone, he's got something about him.
He was good on the half turn as well. Like, I think some of the times that Gertrude has looked the worst, in inverted commas, in a Sunderland shirt has been getting the ball on the half turn when we've been breaking, trying to play a pass and just getting it nowhere near anyone. But today, multiple times, he got it on the half turn. He was spraying it left, spraying it right. He was making things happen, like you say. So yeah, great performance from him.
Sam's back, and he just said "told you" as Johnny was talking.
Michael's talked since you went back.
Who was your man of the match? We're not going to tell you who ours was.
Adingra.
Adingra?
Yeah.
Either or. Yeah, I thought Adingra had a really good game. We went with Gertrude.
Yeah.
Or Jerry.
I'd make it permanent.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
We've talked about that, mate. Shouldn't have went for a pee. So decent point in the end. I think you've got to remember how many players are missing. If people are losing their minds over that, just remember that we literally found out Dan Ballard had been ruled out with injury a couple hours before kickoff. That was a big loss, particularly against. Well, we don't know. Well, that's the rumours, but yeah, we don't know. We'll see.
Before we finish, I was sitting in the stand today, and a fella behind me taps me on the shoulder and he goes, "Are you on a podcast?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Next time you're on, can you say hello to me?" And I said, "Right, Ken, how are you? I'll see you at the next game."
There we go. Hello, Ken, from all of us.
We will. Ken.
We'll be back with a proper review tomorrow. It won't be involving me, I don't think. And I don't know. I'll see if I can get up in the morning or not. But I think we've got Phil Smith from the Sun Network join us in the morning, so that should be good. And we've also got all the build up to the Man City game coming over the coming days, so should be good. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Cheers, lads. Bye, Ken. See that, Ken, mate. And we'll see you on the next one.